So hi everyone, this is Francis. Today's my birthday, and as you can see, I'm not partying anywhere, as the people who know me usually would suspect. I'm here in Lower Austria, next to some lovely long-haired cows. Don't know if you can see them, but I'm just taking a break from everything basically, because I'm in Bad Pirowat, which is what we in Austria call a Kurort. It's like a spa or health resort. And what you basically do here is you do a reset from everyday life. You go here and have therapy. What? Francis, you have therapy? Yes, I know. You also are very surprised about that. Yes, I'm going to therapy. And what I want to do today is just tell you my story about going to therapy, to the burnout prevention program, and what I have learned throughout the last 1.5 years. And basically, yes, that's my birthday wish actually. I just want you to just listen to my story, and maybe if you know someone who has to deal with the same problems right now, maybe just share the video with them. So I'll take you out for a walk. Let's go. Just some basic hard facts in the beginning. What kind of therapy am I talking about? I'm basically talking about psychotherapy. Yes, the thing that's about your head, not about any physical things. And burnout prevention program. Yes, it says prevention, so I'm not burnt out, luckily. But I'm going to the burnout prevention program because I was almost burnt out. And yeah, in order to not get burnt out, I went to the burnout prevention program, which is provided by the SVA in Austria, which is the mandatory public health insurance for entrepreneurs, for self-employed people here in Austria. And they are paying for it. I just pay like €7 a day to have everything here for a couple of days, like the hotel, food and therapy and everything, which is really awesome. So in order to understand why I am here in therapy, I have to tell you like the story of my companies. And let's just start with the age of 19. Like I started my first media company at the age of 19, which was Raffle Media. And Raffle Media was basically just, for me, a legal way to do what I love doing, like producing videos and doing some graphics design. And basically I already had some clients because they've seen some videos of me on YouTube, but I didn't have the legal way of doing it. It was just like earning money by producing films. And yeah, that's basically why I was required to found a company. And it was not a very like act of courage of yes, let's do it. It was just yeah, it was just mandatory to found the company. So 2 years later, I met a partner, which was Thaddeus, and we shot a short film together. And then we decided, hey, what about doing like creating a bigger film production company together? And that's when we started to found Raffle Studios, or when we founded Raffle Studios, which was basically at the end of 2013. And we got this huge studio in the 15th district of Vienna, and got some investors, which were basically friends in our surroundings. And yes, so we worked like on several productions, but then we found out, okay, the business model of producing videos for bigger clients is basically like this. A film producer is a very specialized project manager, basically. Normally a film production would represent a director, and then they would pitch to agencies with the director, and if the agency and the client would like the pitch of the director, then the film production would get the job with the director. And we basically just would hire like 50 to 100 people on one production, and then put like 10 or 20% markup on it, and that would be what we would earn. So before we realized that, we produced everything in-house, and we didn't have that business model then. But when we realized, okay, this is where the big budgets are, we wanted to transition to this business model. So that's when in 2014, at the end of 2014, we decided to hire 6 employees and to get funding, or that was basically my task, to get funding in order to survive for about 2 years without even making a profit. And that was basically the plan. So that we have enough time to build a brand and to pitch to agencies and so on. So January 2015, we really hired 6 people, and in February 2015, we got our biggest job back then. It was like a budget of 80,000 euros, which was awesome. It was like, hey, oh my God, we had this plan and it actually worked out. We won a job just 2 months after we hired the 6 people. And yeah, then I was facing a very difficult decision for me. It was, should I focus on the project, like on the job, so that the job would be like real well done as a producer and as a cameraman, or should I focus more on the financing, on the getting the funding, because that was my main task. And I had to face the decision of, okay, should I concentrate on something where we earn 80,000 euros, or should I concentrate on making 150,000 euros of debt, like going to the bank and trying to get a credit or something. And my decision back then was, okay, I'm gonna focus on the project because that's where we earn money. That was more important. But only in December, like a year later, I realized, oh my God, that was the wrong decision. I should have realized that I, as the CEO of the company, it's not just fancy 3 letters. It's about realizing that you're responsible for the long-term survival of the company. And yeah, I only realized that like a few months later in December. Oh, say hello to these dogs. Hi. Hello. Servus. I only realized this in December, when that was the first time I was able to merge our accounting together with our finance plan. And then I realized, oh my God, we're already so much in debt. And I should have fired half of the team back in August. And that's when I actually had to fire half of my team in December. It was a very hard thing to do because we were all friends. But yeah, we had to do it. And spoiler, we're still all friends, all the people I fired, because in the end, everyone understood what it was all about. But yeah, we had like about 50,000 euros of debt already done. And then the next year, my partner and I and 3 employees, we worked our asses off to save the company, to really pay off these debts. And we somehow managed to do that, because it was basically in November 2016, almost a year later, our debts were reduced some kind of. But the thing was, my partner and I, we were completely burnt out, or we were not burnt out, but almost burnt out. So we would go to work, and then just we would basically sit there for 12 hours and just work for 1 hour of productive time, and the rest we would just procrastinate by going into Facebook, YouTube, and doing nothing else, because we were like working for 100 hours a week for about a year, in 2016, because of course we had to pay off these debts. And then in November, that was the first time where I had a panic attack. So what is a panic attack? Basically, a panic attack is a At least that's how I experienced it. A panic attack is where, in a non-stress situation, I suddenly, like, my heartbeat started to rise and I would start sweating, and basically I would feel like I have to fight right now, even if there was no stressful situation at all. And I had that like in November 2016, and I didn't know why, but of course I knew, because I didn't give myself the time to really, I basically didn't have free time at all. And I knew, okay, like at the age of 24, I'm really at the edge of what a person can do without affecting his own health. But yeah, that was the first sign where I realized, oh my god, okay, there's something going on in me, and I have to take care of that, or I have to do something about that. And I had that 3 times in 1 week. And that's when I went to the doctor, and the doctor said everything's okay with your body, and I knew, okay, this is something that has something to do with stress and maybe me getting burned out. And that was actually the first time when I started thinking about, okay, maybe I should go to therapy. But I was so tired then. Like, I was normally I'm like really this energetic guy, and if there's something wrong with anything, or if there's a hurdle, it doesn't matter. I just am strong enough to jump over that hurdle or to find another solution. But then it was like, okay, I wanted to see a therapist. I called a therapist, but he didn't pick up, and that really put me off the rails for 2 hours, and only until then I would start working again. So every hurdle I tripped over was basically just putting me off the rails, and I couldn't work anymore. So I really knew I needed that. And one thing that really made me realize that I needed therapy was a talk with a very good friend of mine. His name is Andreas Onea. Maybe you know him. He's a Paralympic swimmer from Austria, and he won the bronze medal. Oh, I wish he would have won the gold medal, but the bronze medal is already fucking awesome. He won the bronze medal in Rio 2 years ago, and I talked with him about therapy, and he told me, like, a lot of athletes and himself go to therapy, but they don't call it therapy. They call it psychohygiene. I don't actually know if that's an English word, but hygiene basically means that you take care of your mental health before you get sick at all. And that was something that really opened my eyes. I was thinking, like, oh my god, even like the people who are mostly under pressure of giving their best and are at their physical limits and are performing at the peak of what a human can do, they are seeing therapists. And yeah, that was so eye-opening to me, and that's when I realized, okay, I have to go to therapy. And it was only like 4 months after I had these first panic attacks. I like two clients of us who we've already, like, we finished the project for them. They didn't pay us because one of them went bankrupt, and another one, we're having a lawsuit right now. But yeah, that's like, we then had debts of about almost 100,000 euros, which really put me into depression, because I was thinking, oh my god, because I'm personally liable for these debts. If our company goes bankrupt, that would basically mean that my life would be over for at least 5, 6, 7 years, because I have to pay off these debts. That was the first time when I opened up to some friends of mine at the Global Shapers community, which is the youth network of the World Economic Forum. I can put the link down below if you want to know more about it. But I told them about that. I opened up about my first company, Ruffle Studios, almost going bankrupt. And they, in an overwhelming, I can't even describe I can't even describe what they did, but only one day after I opened up to them, they put together 600 euros so that I could pay the first 6 hours of psychotherapy. And it was like, I can't even describe how thankful I am to them. That was really something that changed everything for me. Like opening up to someone and then receiving so much support. This was like the best help I could ever receive. And yeah, so that's when I started going to therapy, and that's when I signed up for the burnout prevention program of the public health insurance here, which is basically like in April 2017, which was 1 year ago. You'd go for 7 days to Bad Pirovat, where I'm right now, and go together with 10 other entrepreneurs and just have time to focus on yourself. And have like you're seeing psychologists here, doctors, physical therapists, then sports scientists, and all kinds of professionals who help you to reset your life and to focus on what's most important, which basically is health, your physical health and your mental health. And yeah, that's and after these 7 days, you would go visit Bad Pirovat again for 4 days in October, then 4 days again right now in April, where I am right now, and then next April 2019 I will go here again for 4 days, and then again 7 days in April 2020, which is a really awesome program because it's funded by the public and it really helped me to get back to the tracks. So going to this burnout prevention program and to psychotherapy really helped me to focus on what's most important. So that's why I realized, okay, the company survived, but where is my being? Where am I? Like, what about me? I'm only working for this company, but not working for me anymore. So that's when we realized, okay, we have to restructure the company. That's when we basically fired the rest of the team and changed our business model to being a film specialist agency. So maybe some of you know Gimbal Ninja, which is a cameraman who specializes in running over obstacles or jumping over obstacles, and he's a parkour cameraman. And we've been his agency for 2 years now, and that's our main business model right now. So we represent and manage film specialists who are very much needed in the film industry, but don't want to focus on the organizational stuff, on the logistics and so on. They just want to go to the set and then walk away from the set, just do their work, and we would negotiate the budgets for them and do all the contractual work and just do everything what's about organization for their work. And with that, I can pay off the debts for Raffles Studios in about 2 or 3 years with basically just 10 hours of work. And that's when we moved out of the studio. And then I founded my second company, which is Learn Phonography, where we teach people to shoot videos on the smartphone. And back then it was really an act of desperation. It was just, okay, I need money because I have 100,000 euros of debt. What can I do? What is it that I can do that would earn me money? It was like I made a list which said, okay, I could help people with physics or math, or I could give guitar lessons, or I could fill out surveys and earn 2 euros for each filled out survey. So it was really an act of desperation. One thing that came up to me was, okay, I could give workshops on how to shoot videos with a smartphone. And luckily, that turned out to be a good idea because there's a big demand for that. And that's when I founded Learn Phonography. And I'm living off Learn Phonography now I've been living off that for a year now. And yeah, the company's already making a profit. And so I have like one company, Raffles Studios, which is for paying off debts. And maybe like in 2 or 3 years, we'll see how many specialists we'll represent then. Then I have Learned Phonography to survive now, and which is basically something really cool because I've already taught about 1,000 people just in a year how to shoot videos and photos with the smartphone. And then I founded a third company, which is Ninjawerk, where we're basically doing something new which I can't talk about right now. So right now I'm really feeling good. I'm so happy actually to be here on my birthday, because it just tells me, okay, I'm 26 years old now, and I've grown up enough to know that I have to take care of my health, of my physical health and my mental health. That's why I started micro habits. That's why I was really reevaluating what procrastination meant to me. That's why I was going to therapy and to the burnout prevention program right now. That's basically it. That's my story until now. In a nutshell, I know this video has been a lot longer than I expected, but I hope you somehow got a sense of why I'm doing this, and what I've learned in the last 1.5 or 2 years. Alright, so that's basically it. I'm in front of the hotel right now, and I'm done with the video. Thanks for watching. So my last wish for you, or my wish for the birthday, is if you know someone who could benefit from this video, hearing a perspective on psychotherapy, on any mental health related program, just let them know or share this video with them. It really helped me and changed my mind and my life actually. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.